Very good evening. Happy Saturday. I hope you're enjoying your Saturday. I thought of let's quickly record a video about the status of different indices on the RRG chart. Let's have a quick look of the different indices on the RRG chart. And today I will also show you the other tool that I use very often, and that is not a promotional offering from my side. I just wanted to make sure that do not consider that it's promotional promoting other tools from my side. So let's look at it. And in this video, any discussion around stock is not a buy and sell recommendation. This is just only for the educational purposes. And we would like to learn the RRG chart, and we want to take the benefit out of it. So I'm on the RRG chart on my strike platform. I will quickly change to benchmark Nifty 500, and I will check change the time frame to weekly, and I'll fit this into center. Now, there are different indices that I can see at the left, but I'm more keen to look at it mainstream indices like Nifty Pharma and all those things. So quickly, I'll uncheck some of them. It doesn't mean that you can't review these as well. You can definitely review these. Nobody is stopping you as long as you have access. So let's look at this. All right, just a minute. All right, so I think I do have most of the indices over here. So I've said this multiple times that Nifty IT is really doing great. It has a very good RS momentum, and the relative strength has increased. And I'm tracking Nifty IT since almost 3 months, and you would have found in my X post about Nifty IT and other indices that I was tracking it very closely. So Nifty IT definitely is really doing great on the RRG chart. It is in the improving quadrant and headed towards leading, right? So one thing is clear on the RRG chart that Nifty IT is doing good. You see the notes, right? See the notes. Look at the first note. On 27th of July, the RS ratio was 94 and the RS momentum was 102.83. Look at the second node on 29th of July, where RS ratio was 95.58 and RS momentum was around 103.34. Look at the third node. So what is the observation over here? The observation is the RS ratio as well as RS momentum is continuously increasing. And this is what we need to look for. And then you have Nifty FMCG, which is very interesting. It had a slight reduction in the RS momentum, but there is an increase in the RS momentum. So look at this. The 22nd of July, RS ratio was 97 and RS momentum was 101.25. On 29th, it was 97.80, right? So it had again an increase in the RS momentum and RS momentum, right? So RS ratio and RS momentum, and then there was a slight reduction compared to the previous, right? And then again it has increased. So this is what you need to look for it, right? So we'll cover one by one. So Nifty Pharma is headed towards leading. Covered this multiple times, right? Nifty Healthcare Services is also headed towards leading. So this is just the beginning of the leading quadrant, and it is looking very attractive. Nifty Media, I was tracking this very closely since last 3-4 months. It is very far from the benchmark, which means it was in the improving, but not a good RS ratio for this, and now it had turned down. But I'll still keep a close watch for any increase in the RS momentum, or any sign for getting into a leading. IT, we covered it. FMCG, we covered it. Private banks is still having a tough time, still an improving. Any turnaround from here would be interesting. Nifty Financial Services, I believe yeah, is still having um, pressure on the Nifty Financial Services. Nifty CPSC, there was a 90-degree move, and slightly it is now getting towards, it's still in weakening, but slightly change in the head of this tail, right? So I will still closely watch this to see if there is any change in the RS momentum and it gets into leading. Nifty Auto, certainly reduction in the RS momentum. You can see this on every node, right? Every node you can see that there is a reduction and headed towards lagging, but we'll keep a close eyes if there is any change. Nifty Reality, there is a reduction, and we'll keep a close eyes on any turnaround. I think I can just do this. Nifty PSA, it is again not moved to leading. The MNC, yeah, headed towards down. Nifty India consumption, it's very small tail length, so we don't have to spend much time on this. We'll just keep a close eyes. Nifty PSU Bank, it's not doing good, still in lagging, no sign of turnaround. Nifty Metal still in the lagging, no turnaround. Nifty Energy is good, and this is what I was highlighting every post that I was having it, right? So it was 98.64, 97.38. Now it has increased. So these notes will give you the story about RS ratio and RS momentum. Nifty commodity is, there is no clear sign of improving, but it is very close to the improving quadrant, but no sign of turning towards improving at this point in time. Nifty Bank, we have seen it. Nifty Infrastructure, slight reduction, still in the lagging zone. Oil and gas, this is what I was highlighting it. So uh, watch out for all these things. And what is my top down? So this was a quick recap of all the major indices that we wanted to look at it. Feel free to look at other index that you have on the RRG chart on the strike platform. If you have not subscribed, you can subscribe using my link. Feel free to use for the 7 days. It's free. And if you wish to subscribe further, feel free to do that. There's no compulsory that you need to subscribe further if you don't like RRG chart and you don't want to continue. So it's up to you. It's not that you need to go ahead with it. It's just like additional tool for us to look at the whole picture at one chart, right? So it gives a lot of comfort, a lot of ideas about it. Now, so if I have idea about like three sectors that are looking very promising, which is Nifty IT, FMCG, and Nifty oil and gas and energy. Oil and gas and energy are still in lagging, but showing good RS momentum. So I will go to the other tool called Stock Scan. It is offered by SOIC. I use this tool very oftenly. And there are wonderful features in this tool. Again, it's not a promotional call to you folks to use this tool. It's my personal experience that I'm sharing it. So don't take it as a promotional offer or any kind of advertisement that I'm doing for SOIC stock skins tool. So don't consider that. Now, what I do here is, so for me, there are multiple options, right? So I just go to market scan and see anything which is more than 2,000 crore market cap, which has the latest holding released based on FII, DII, and retail holding plus latest results, where we are in terms of market width, right? So I have a different option. I can see what are the changes in terms of how many in which industry. So probably I'll just put on the sector side. So which sector is doing really well at this point in time. So it gives a holistic view on the page and you can have a look at it, right? So it's a top-down approach. You look at the RRG chart, which indices is doing better. Then you come to stock scan to look at which sector is really doing good. So another confirmation that you have, and then you can create your own customized new scan as well. So I use this very often, very often. So I'll add a tag over here which talks about latest result included. Let's say if I want to, I've seen Nifty IT doing good, so I will just put IT. I will put IT software, right? And then I want companies which are more than 2000 crore, and I want to see relative strength. That's the key filter criteria that I use very often is more than one. Why one? It is more than 1% beating Nifty 500 for last 3 months, right? You can change this number. That's not a big concern. So I see 37 companies, and here you can see, yeah, let me just zoom out a bit. So you can see here is you have a PEG ratio that I've customized. So I want to see PEG ratio EPS growth for the last 3 years. What is the current valuation on price to earning and price to book value? So return versus Nifty 500 3 months against Nifty 500 returns 3 months. So Nifty 500 has given a 8.98% of return for the last 3 months as of today, and where these IT companies stands in terms of against the benchmark of Nifty 500. So I can export this list. I can do a further study. I can look at the con call, any recent result, and this also includes the recent result as well. So this is how you quickly filter the ideas based on first thing to look at in the RRG chart, probably look at the market scan, and then you filter the ideas. You you get the ideas and you start looking into it on the technical side or fundamental side, and then you decide on which one is doing based on the thesis that you have. You can customize this again. If it is IT software, you can select FMCG as well. It's up to you. Nothing. Let's take an example of, I'll show you one more example. Okay, let's look at this. Yeah, I'll just put everything over here. Let's look at it. So if I have to look at oil and gas, which are doing against Nifty 500, so which are doing better against Nifty 500. So I see there are two, Oil India and Hindustan Oil Exploration Company Limited. There is another company called Deep Industries, which is doing better than Nifty 500. Again, you just you need to go back and look at the fundamentals and other things as well before you take a final call. Right? There could be some more stocks that you want to look at it. So it gives you a lot of flexibility in terms of selecting a sector, and you can also select index as well and different conditions that you want to put. So this is how it works. You can change this to 1 to 10%, 15%, 5%. It's up to you. This is my favorite scan that I do over the weekend. And there are a few more volume surge and other things as well, which are really great. So I hope you like this video. Um, so just follow the top-down approach. Not necessary you use stock scans. It's good to have. It's not necessary that you should subscribe to it, but I would highly recommend. But it's not a promotional call to go ahead and use this tool. So it's up to you. So with that, I'll stop here. Thank you so much for watching this video, and yeah, enjoy your rest of the weekend, and have a great evening. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.